Honorable Men Discord, another plane crash. Let's talk about it. All right, this time we have another plane crash. This is a very strange time that we're living in. This time, this plane crash took place at a Canadian airport. This was a Delta flight. And the good news to what I'm about to cover is the fact that all passengers survived. I believe there was 80 passengers in total. I'm assuming that it includes the pilots as well as the attendants. But nevertheless, what makes this particular plane crash very interesting is the fact that the plane landed upside down. Now, immediately when I came across this story, it made me think of the 2012 movie involving Denzel Washington. And the name of that movie was Flight. Jesus fuck! Right, so that was the 2012 movie Flight with Denzel Washington. And again, that wasn't to make light of a serious situation that took place in Canada. But I'll be honest with you, up until that point when I saw that movie, I didn't even think it was possible to flip a plane of that size, carrying that many passengers, and actually perform a landing that way. I honestly just looked at that as just a Hollywood movie, and stuff like that doesn't really happen. But evidently those things can, and it did happen. But I'm just glad that all passengers survived. I mean, that's the highlight of all of this, is that everyone survived. But I could imagine the level of PTSD that many of these passengers will undergo due to something of this magnitude. Not to mention, I wouldn't be surprised if more than half of the passengers never want to fly again. All right, because I can only imagine. I honestly can only imagine the horror of being on a plane that goes upside down. Every time you take flight, they briefly go over the emergency procedures on how to, wear the vest, how to activate the vest, how you're supposed to put the oxygen mask on when it from the above you. But wow, I don't even think there's any type of preparation for something like that. That's one of those things where the experts, it's between the experts and God at that point, to remain calm. So you have to salute those pilots and flight attendants for doing their job, even when they themselves found themselves in a situation where they were unsure of the outcome. And wow, I mean, speechless. I'm just speechless. But I'm happy that that it was reported that only 8 passengers were injured, but again, no fatalities. And let's take a look at the news report from Channel 7 News.
We do have breaking news. A passenger plane crashes and flips upside down at the Toronto airport. I'm Philip Palmer.
And I'm Colleen Sullivan. You're watching Eyewitness News at 3 live on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. There are serious injuries, but incredibly, everyone on board has survived. Eyewitness News reporter Kevin Ozebek live in our newsroom. Kevin, what do we know right now?
Well, Colleen, right now the big questions are how and why did this happen? You can see this Delta regional jet is upside down right now at Toronto Pearson International Airport. That jet took off from Minneapolis earlier today, and clearly something went terrible.
One thing I want to say real quick is I noticed I don't see the wings. I don't know if the wings came off on both sides, but I really don't see the wings of the plane. But let's continue.
Terribly wrong either during landing or right after landing. And in this new video, you can see that aircraft was on fire at one point. Firefighters doused that jet with foam to get those flames out. Now, despite that fire and despite it being upside down, all passengers and all crew members are alive. Of the 80 who were on board, 15 have been rushed to nearby hospitals. That includes 2 adults with more serious injuries who were airlifted to Toronto trauma centers, and that also includes 1 child who medics raced to a children's hospital. These survivors got out of this aircraft as it was upside down. Just listen to one of them who documented what he saw right after he got off that jet.
We're in Toronto. We just landed. Our plane crashed. It's upside down. Fire department's on site. Upside down. Everybody, most people appear to be okay. We're all getting off. Some smoke going on.
Just incredible to see what he shot there. And again, the big question is, how in the world did this happen? We still do not know, but we do know there has been just awful winter weather in Canada. Winds have been clocked around 40 miles per hour today in Toronto, and all of that wind at times has been blowing snow across that runway. Now, this is the 4th major aircraft incident in North America so far this year. Earlier this month, there was a small plane that did crash in Alaska, killing all 10 on board. Before that, an air ambulance crashed in Philadelphia. 7 died in that accident, including an 11-year-old little patient. And 67 died 3 weeks ago when a U.S. military Black Hawk helicopter collided into an American Airlines jet that was landing at Reagan National in D.C. We'll have much more updates on this new crash when we get them. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Nosbeck, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Hello, I'm
God, please don't tell me this has something to do with the end of times and Revelation, because this is very, very, very strange. But again, I'm just glad that all passengers survived. But very strange times. Very strange times. I would not be surprised if overall purchases of flights go down. You know, unless it's obviously for business reasons. But this may or may not affect the airline industry, but we'll see. But I guess there's a happy ending to this report. And but wow, I really don't know what to think about this. Like you all, I'm gonna keep close watch as far as what happened exactly to make the pilots have to do an emergency landing. But give those pilots a raise, Delta Airlines. Give those pilots a raise. Give them a plaque or something. But great work. I salute those pilots. I salute the attendants. And God bless everyone that survived. That's all I have to say as far as this is concerned. As always, I appreciate everyone for watching my content. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode.